I told you, I warned you, I said that this was going to happen. I played it exactly how I was going to play it. I said, look, for all of y'all that is messing around, you letting these people and these liberals put a battery in your back, you letting them go into your comments, you getting excited about it, you got the dopamine hit because you think you're going to get some visibility, and they are not messing around. Look, you know you done. You know how you know you done if you're not even caught yet? You know you're done when they say the president of the United States of America says and declares that they are going to find you, catch you, and charge you to the fullest extent of the law. Do you know that they slapping these people not just with arson charges, not just with destruction of property, not just with all of the different things that you know they slapping them with domestic terrorism charges? Azriel, it's worse than felonies. It's worse than felonies. Listen, they listen to CNN and MSNBC, Al. They listen to NBC, MSNBC. They let AOC put a battery in their back. They let Jasmine Crockett gas them up. They let Bernie Sanders talk about the oligarchy. And they charging them boys with domestic terrorism. They caught 3 people and they're charging them with domestic terrorism. Check it out.
The White House is vowing to crack down on the rising number of Tesla attacks at car dealerships across the country.
KTLA Samantha Cortese joins us live with more on the wave of vandalism in protest of Elon Musk and his role in Washington. Sam?
Hi, Sharon, Micah. The ATF and FBI are collaborating with federal, state, and local law enforcement to investigate acts of domestic terrorism surrounding Teslas. Teslas are being torched across the country. Dealerships shot up and set on fire. Spray paint to vandalize and make a statement. People in Southern California are getting notes on their Teslas, calling them complicit Nazis for owning electric cars.
Let's figure out other ways of, dealing with it.
People are protesting Elon Musk's role within President Trump's White House, leading the Department of Government Efficiency's cuts to federal spending.
We think it's despicable what is happening to not just this American company, but also their innocent employees. And again, innocent Americans who drive these vehicles. We condemn it wholeheartedly.
Website DogeQuest is doxing alleged Tesla owners all over Los Angeles, Orange, and San Bernardino counties. Creators claim they will delete people's information once they prove they've sold their Tesla. Attorney General Pam Bondi called Tesla vandalism.
You know that people that created whatever that app or that website is, that they are going to find charges for them too, right? I know y'all think that just because you're behind a computer that you're safe. You don't really understand how the law works, do you? Once you're a target, once you're a person of interest, let me show you what happens to you once you become a person of interest. I know you don't believe that fat meat greasy. I know that you don't think that you stink, but let me show you what's going to happen once they find you.
That we are following for you this hour. And this has to do with these Tesla attacks that we have been seeing in recent weeks. We now are learning that Attorney General Pam Bondi has announced charges against 3 people in domestic terrorism attacks on Teslas. 3 people accused of destroying Tesla cars and charging stations are now facing up to 20 years in prison for domestic terrorism.
20. You know how long 20 years is? Do you know how long 20 years is? That's a long time, fam. Do you know how long 20 years is? That's 7,300 days in prison. Not 700, not 730 hours. Dog, I couldn't do 7,300 hours. That's 7,300 days in prison, and they are not offering plea deals, family. They got Pam Bondi on this. When the president of the United States of America said, we are coming for you, and we are going to prosecute you to the fullest extent of the law, They are trying to make sure that you die in prison. They are not messing around, bro. They not messing up. I don't know what's wrong with y'all. Maybe you haven't caught the memo. When the president of the United States of America say, we gonna find you, we gonna catch you, and we gonna slap domestic terrorism charges on you, you need to just go back in your basement, go back in your mother's basement. You facing 20 years, and they not giving plea deals. They're not giving plea deals. And they got you on camera, and they got your fingerprints, and they got you on the Tesla Century Mode cameras. It's 9 cameras on every Tesla car. 9. You didn't think that they was going to be able to triangulate your position based off of where your cell phone was pinging from? You don't think that all of these cameras that's on all of these street lights and street poles, and you thought that was just nothing big deal? You know what? They're not going to catch me as long as I got a mask on. Boy, you facing, that's life. That's life to me.
U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi announced just moments ago. She said in a statement as well, the days of committing crimes without consequence have ended. Let this be a warning. If you join this wave of domestic terrorism against Tesla properties, the Department of Justice will put you behind bars. And we've been seeing videos like this for the last couple of weeks. This video coming out of Las Vegas earlier this week as well. The defendants are accused of using high-powered weapons and explosives to destroy property from the Elon Musk-owned car company. One allegedly carried a suppressed AR-15 rifle while lobbying 8 Molotov cocktails at an Oregon Tesla dealership, while another is accused of trying to light Tesla cars on fire with these same explosives in Colorado. And again, this is just some of the aftermath of some other video from Las Vegas as well, showing explosions that were happening earlier in the week here. And you could see those cars that were caught up in the flames. We've also been seeing on social media where there is reports of Tesla cars being keyed and videos of that being put out as well. But again, Pam Bondi, the Attorney General, putting this out there against.
They not messing around with y'all. They're not messing around. They are trying to absolutely, listen, they want this to happen. They want you to do this. They are looking to make an example of people so that they can send you away, and then you can possibly ask for a pardon that they're going to deny 100 times out of 100. They are not messing around. I don't know how much more I can say.
Column called out the double standard with this headline: Democrats' silence is damning as leftist violence explodes. Another Donald Trump presidential term, another spate of violence going largely ignored or even smirked at by Democrats and their media friends. Much of this violence and abuse is being laughed off by people who would be weeping if the targets were their own political allies. All of that a quote. Caroline Leavitt, White House press secretary, joins me in Focus now. Caroline, good to see you. I did some homework for this segment, and I want to start someplace that no one's talking about. What happens if there's someone in one of these cars they blow up? That can happen. That becomes murder, or worse, terrorism plus. And I know that on January 20th, the president signed into law, through an executive order, restoring the death penalty. Do you think this sort of thing, and I hate to think it, people leave their children and pets in cars. I mean, you don't know. This is deadly, dangerous stuff these liberal protesters are playing with.
Yes, it is, Harris. And what I can tell you is that President Trump condemns this violence, and he is determined to restore law and order in our country, and he will ensure that the harshest penalties are pursued for those who are engaging in this vicious violence that we have seen targeted at this American company, Tesla dealerships, Tesla employees, and also innocent Americans who have chosen to drive these vehicles. Many of them, ironically, are likely Democrats. If, as you so eloquently pointed out, there is a major double standard here. The Democrats used to be the greatest cheerleaders for electric vehicles and for Tesla, the company, until Elon Musk decided to support and vote for Donald Trump. So the Trump derangement syndrome from the left is on true display with these attacks. It is getting dangerous, and the White House wholeheartedly condemns it. And we applaud Attorney General Pam Bondi for investigating these acts as domestic terrorism, because that is what they are.
Well, and as I just pointed out, the president gave himself another tool if this really goes dark, much darker than it already has. Look, I want to talk about the politics of this, because on display right now, we find out just how fake some of the cause of liberals has been toward the green environment. I mean, you saw Mark Kelly down in Arizona, lawmaker saying he sold his Tesla and then went out and bought a gas-guzzling truck. Now, it should be everybody's choice to drive what they want. I know what I choose. But what he chose was to put on full display that it was fake when he said he cared about the environment. Politically, that's got to play for the president and for Republicans.
So wait a minute, y'all telling me that the climate hoax is real? Like, we don't really have any, because see, I was one of the people, I have to bring myself to the front of the congregation. I have to admit it. And I actually did a whole live stream where I allowed, I don't know if y'all remember, but I allowed you guys to come up here because I said that, you know what, there are some things that I don't necessarily align with the Republican Party about. And I don't think that, you know, I don't know how they don't understand that we need to be very mindful about how it is that we, you know, are impacting the environment and methane gas inside of the air and all of this stuff. And then you guys came up. You remember Zeroyce? You remember K-Su? And then you guys came up and you said, Anton, and I allowed you guys to debate me and educate me, and I was open-minded, and I wanted to know exactly what y'all thought. And so y'all came up here and y'all said, Anton, think about this, look at this, and look at this. And I have to show you that I really do appreciate you guys, and I do not look at you guys as fans. I look at you as friends, and that's why I say that, you know, the chat is also my co-host of the show, because you educate me, and I like to interact with you guys. Are you guys telling me that these people are so hypocritical that they are not truly climate activists? They don't even believe in the thing that they advocating for, the Green New Deal, and making sure, which was really, like Trump said, the Green New Scam, and we was just stealing money from taxpayers to divert it away from the things that actually was meaningful and fixing our economy and making sure that we pay down the national deficit and reducing taxes and increasing people's buying power. So are you telling me that because Elon Musk supported Trump, that all of a sudden it's back okay to buy ICE, internal combustion engine vehicles? Is that what you guys are telling me? Wow. Wow. So liberals ain't really liberal. They really just hate Trump, Elon Musk, and the United States of America and the values that we espouse. Got it.
It's very clear that the Democrat Party no longer stands for anything. They only stand against Donald Trump, even if it means contradicting themselves. As I said, they were always the greatest cheerleaders for electric vehicles, and now I guess they're okay with violence being taken against the greatest electric vehicle company in our country. If you look at the reason for DOGE and the work that Elon Musk is doing here at the White House to get rid of government waste, fraud, and abuse, which the vast majority of Americans support, Democrats also supported that. Roll the tape of President Obama, President Clinton, Hillary Clinton herself, and even the previous president, Joe Biden, who all talked at some point in their careers about reducing government waste. None of them actually did it, but President Trump and Elon Musk are. And this is what the Democrats are so upset about. This is something their party used to support before they were completely captivated by the far radical left. And it's why today the modern day Democrat Party is facing some of their lowest approval ratings in history, because they have no priorities or no agenda to actually help people. All they want to do is hurt Donald Trump.
All right, let's talk about those on the far left. Liberal late night comedy shows apparently think all of this is funny.
That's enough. That's enough. We don't need to get into the liberal late night comedy shows and who's saying what or whatever. The point of this part of the show was just to have a conversation with you guys and to show you that don't let anybody indoctrinate you and put a battery in your back to where you're now facing 20 years in prison. 20 years in prison because you decided to go and put your hands on something in somebody else's vehicle that is not yours. Keep your hands to yourself. Don't put your hands on nobody. Don't put your hands on nobody else's vehicle. We support your right to protest. We also support your ability to be able to buy whatever vehicle that you want. That's the thing that Republicans and conservatives advocated for. We want choices. We support electric vehicles. We also support internal combustion engine vehicles. And we want to buy what we want to buy, but keep your hands to your mother effing self and stop trying to put your hands on other people's properties. It is that simple. It cannot be any more simple. Stay to yourself, stay in your mama's basement, and keep on doing what you're going to do. Hey, they didn't even go and buy another electric vehicle from another company. They decided to go a pickup truck that they really wanted to buy in the first place. Stupid.